Ready or not, here we come, y'all. That's right. Hey, we're both going to review this, man.
Yeah,
we both play it together. We are here to review Ready or Not in 2024 with the Home Invasion DLC that just dropped. This is brand new content. If y'all aren't familiar with Ready or Not, it is, if you ever played SWAT back in the day, it was like a beloved kind of cult classic game where you got to be like a SWAT character and like do cool SWAT missions, and like you had to like look it through the doors and like check shit and like breach and clear and communicate with your AI teammates and stuff like that. Well, this is basically a spiritual successor to that franchise, and Ready or Not just dropped their first DLC, which is a paid DLC, but what's nice is only one person has to buy it. So as long as one person in your party has the DLC, then everybody else can play it with you, which is nice.
Fucking nice, dude. It was so nice.
Wait, did you buy it?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Don't buy
I
it.
had to.
No.
Don't buy it.
Well, that's why I'm glad you haven't bought it yet. You're good. So now I bought it, so now everybody can play as long as you're playing with me.
So
we're
Fred's
good.
forcing his friends to play with him.
I'm forcing y'all to play with me. That's right. So in this DLC, it comes with 3 new areas to go through, and basically the idea is there was this big, huge, massive storm that came through, hurricane that came through, and in it you have 3 different areas. One's called dorms, where a large proportion of homeless people are seeking shelter due to unsafe conditions on the streets. So the doors and windows are barricaded, and inside there you have to go through the dorms and take out, which it's kind of crazy. You're like going in and like going after homeless people who are trying to find shelter, but they also are trying to point a gun at you and stuff. So I don't know how that all came about, but anyway, that's one of the missions. Another one is called Narcos, where there's major storm damage, evidence of gang-related activity proliferating, possibility for gang-related violence is unusually high here. Avoid any display of gang-related affiliation and beware of groups of individuals in the streets. This is one where you're going from house to house, single-story homes, and it was, we'll talk about that. The last one was called Lawmakers, and this one, there's an organized movement of possible looters in the region, keep gates or blah, 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 extension, blah, blah. I realized this was explaining kind of like, here's what you need to do if you're in the area kind of situation. But Lawmakers is basically you're going inside a oil tycoon's home, and there's a bunch of people in there, and you're also trying to arrest the main guy. But it's a 3-story home. It's very convoluted, very tight spaces.
Yep. And someone's in a panic room that you have to find the husband or the wife, whoever's in the panic room, and you have to find their spouse to get the code in order to go back to their panic room to help them get out of it and retrieve them.
So yeah, we played all 3 of these. We ran through them in our stream. It was really fun, really intense.
Yes.
But Jason, I want to know kind of your thoughts. What was your favorite new area?
Ooh, my favorite new area is probably the second one you mentioned about the single-story houses. You know, and you're dealing with the what was it?
Some kind of gang.
Yeah, because the hurricane came through and Law and Order was fucking out the door because the hurricane came through, wiped out everything. So you're going in to start cleaning up the city. That one felt very intense because there was a lot of open spaces. There was a lot of fucking houses to clear, and you'll clear a house and unexpectedly it wasn't fully clear because someone will run in there, and like it was just. We missed the opportunity of great communication on our stream, but once we all died and went back to it, we had better communication. That's the key thing about this game is just communication with each member and making sure you're not just running in and gunning. And I think that's why I like really enjoy this game so much. It's just like it's a team effort in this because you get hit and you got to back up, and it's just fun. I don't know. And I love the interactions with the NPCs and stuff like that. Tell them get down, drop the gun, or whatever. You don't know you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
because I think it was you and we were screaming at this one guy to drop the knife, and he was just standing there. It was like a homeless man on crack, and he's just shaking, and he's not raising his hands or doing anything. So we're both holding the gun. I'm in between a crack of a door.
They got crackheads in here now?
Yeah, they got crackheads. I was in between a crack of a wall, and Brett was on the other side telling him, hey, put down the knife. And I'm screaming out, put down the knife. And he's just like, just shaking around. You're like, I don't know what to do. And then he jumps towards Brett, and Brett eventually kills him, you know. And then you bag up the evidence and stuff. It's just all about communication. I just love how it takes me away from that that other style of gameplay where you're just running, gunning, and shooting, like with Overwatch or other team-based games like that, to something like this where it's almost like Breakpoint, but a little bit more realistic, I guess you would say, more just intense.
Yeah.
Just that intense is there. I get stressed out a lot in this game.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's really, really intense. And like you hear people yelling off in the distance, like the one we went through the dorms where the homeless people were and stuff like that. It's just 2 stories and there's 2 main hallways and then there's a bunch of rooms that branch off from the sides. And that's all it is. But it's so crazy because like when you're going into like one of the rooms, because of the storm damage that took place, there's like walls that are half cut out or there's like holes in the ground. So it opens up an opportunity for the AI to like prone and crawl underneath a hole in the ground to like sneak around you and like find different vantage points to get you and stuff like that. So it really added a new level of complexity to it. And the environmental storytelling in this thing is just really, really crazy. Like the detail on each one of these maps is wild. And this one was no exception, you know, with them putting a lot of detail, like in the dorm area, like the writings on the walls and all that stuff was just like really, really crazy.
And I love the fact that I felt like they updated the graphics ever since the recent update, and it looks phenomenal. And plus, I love that you can have a head camera view of your other teammates, so you can see what they're doing if they need assistance as well. God, I don't know why I love the head camera feature so much, but I feel like it helps me out a lot.
It's super nice when we were like separated, you know, it'd be like, okay, what are they? I mean, here I was watching you because you and I were clearing rooms together, but I will say there was times where I like forgot, even though it's right there on my screen.
Right there on your screen.
I was like, I was just so focused on like what's in front of me in the game that I was like, you know, just like not paying attention at all to what was up there. But I like that that's a feature that they've added into the game.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Then we also jumped into one of the other maps was like the house one I want to talk about a little bit more too, because it was jumping from house to house. That one was like, we were like, oh, we feel good about this. Like, let's just go in this house. We can kind of separate a little bit. So houses aren't very big, but like very quickly we realized, oh shit, there's a lot more places that they can come through. Because I think, was it Sarah that died first or Travis?
Sarah died first.
Because like we were clearing a house and then she went off somewhere like, she was like, oh, we should check back behind this thing. And I was like, no, let's go in this house or whatever. So she goes off to check that anyway. And then as she's going over there, 2 guys come from this pool on the other house and come down and gun her down. We're like, oh shit, they're like outside. Forget this house. Like, let's go over there. And we started engaging in fire. They're all like firing at us and shit. And we're like, oh my gosh. And then I think, did Travis die? He died too, right? Yeah.
I think we all got wiped in that one because we redid that one again. I think we had to rewatch.
Well, first time I think we did, yeah. But yeah, the second one was, I think it was just the 2 of us that were left at the end.
Yeah.
I think Travis died by something else, but it was, I mean, it was pretty intense. And then, you know, in these missions, all of them have bring order to chaos, which basically just means eliminate all the hostiles. And then there's ones where you have to like arrest or like capture all the civilians, but then sometimes you have to like get the suspects alive, and that's where it gets really tricky.
Where it gets annoying.
And dude, I forgot that there's like tasers and stuff in this game, and that's how we were supposed to capture these guys. Because like we're just sitting there like yelling at them like, put your gun down, eventually they still shoot at you, and then they die. We have to kill them, you know. But there's non-lethal weaponry that we can use to disarm them to then go up there and be able to arrest them, and I forgot about that.
So you kind of have to plan out who's going to carry what, and like because Brett usually carries the basher tool to break down doors, the battering ram. I usually carry the to look underneath the door, a little mirror to like, it's like a little scope to look underneath and plan our attack and see what's on the other side of a door, because there could be traps and stuff like that. You can watch our TikToks. We have a perfect TikTok of me not clearing a door, but it's just, I don't know, this game, I can play this game for a hot minute and feel like satisfied. You know what I mean? It's just everything, like every time you go into a place, you might go into the same map, but it feels very different how the layout is and the enemies are.
Yeah. The AI is always placed a little bit differently and stuff like that. It's just, it's refreshing because it is so unique for in today's day and age with all the other games that are out there. It's slower, it's more methodical. Like you got to get a little creative with like your loadouts and stuff. You got to communicate with your team really, really well. Like that's super important. And like the variety, I mean, now there's probably with these 3 editions, there's probably close to 20 missions in here that you can play through.
Yeah.
And some of them are really big and some are a lot smaller. I was reading up that apparently they're going to have, I think, 2 more DLCs this year that are going to drop, I believe.
Nice.
So probably paid as well, but like they'll have more missions even beyond that coming through. But the other one I think was probably like maybe my favorite was the big old that mansion that we went through, because that was 3 stories and there was a lot of unique aspects to that. Like there was that one room we went into where you had like the golf simulator,
Yeah,
and then of course the panic room, and then like just very narrow, like you jump in a room and you're like, you don't know there's like 5 different doors that branch off from different areas and trying to figure out like, how did I get shot?
yeah. What's the best plan of attack?
Yeah.
And then a lot of hostages
Hostages,
situations.
yeah.
So in that one,
Yeah, it was wild. They also brought in, which this I never explored enough because I didn't realize this was there, but there are some new weapons and equipment options in the DLC, like a new pistol, a new MP-17. I'm not sure what type of gun that is. Then there's also new gear like a carbon helmet, a low visibility vest, a couple new like outfits for your character, like a new shirt and a new pair of pants, new shoes, and then variants on the existing stuff. So there's also some cosmetic-y things that probably should have dove into a little bit more, but I like the gun that I have now, and I kind of like the loadout that I have, so I haven't changed it that much, but I think it might be worth exploring.
I think that's what I might do next time.
Yeah.
Just play around with the loadout. I don't play with it as much because we jump in and just
Right.
get to it.
But it's pretty cool. I don't know. Austin, what do you think? Would you be down to jump into this?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I already knew, like with 1.0, it looks so different from the beta.
Oh, yeah.
Or the early access, and I was like, man, this looks amazing already. And yeah, with doing something like this looks great.
Yeah. They also added in a feature that I was like really happy about because I didn't know what I had played and what I hadn't played. Some of them were very obvious because like the nightclub, for example, was very clear that I've done that. But now they tell you like if you got a ranking like A, B, or C, it'll tell you that you did that one, so you can kind of help kind of check off the boxes and stuff. But if you didn't get an A, B, or C, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this
Blast
map.
yourself.
This map, my game was a little laggy. I had to change
Travis
some
Kelly.
graphics and stuff. And
That was me.
Oh,
was
let
bad.
Jason Gill.
But,
But play this for the party.
yeah.
Oh, they also have mod support now.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell
It's
yeah.
open up in the when you open up the menu, it says mods on it now.
What kind of mods they have?
Sarah downloaded one that did the John Wick theme song.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, the John Wick, like, in the club song she was saying.
Nice.
Yeah, she got that. So they have mod support now.
Heck yeah. Count me in.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm excited. I love this game. Like, if anyone, like, my girlfriend and I, we played this together because I didn't know she played it. It was just us two, and I was still having fun. Even though it was just us two just dying left and right. It's just fun communicating with each other, clearing rooms out, and just not trusting a lot of different people. So it's interesting and it's fun, and I love it.
It's $50 on Steam, so
Damn.
it's not full price, which is great. And there's a lot of content here.
You said 50 or 15?
50.
Dude, I only paid.
Yeah, I think we paid like 30 or 25.
Yeah, we got early access. So yeah, they raised the rate.
Like 15.
Yeah, I'm
or
sure we
something. I
played
paid-
the same.
Yeah.
But I still think it's worth. I think it's
Oh,
worth
yeah.
it for the
100%
yeah.
worth it.
price.
Well, from where it came from, it's way worth it.
Check out those mods. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, the new DLC, it just adds on more maps and stuff like that, and just continuing of a semi-story, I guess. The story does get a little dark. I know we already reviewed this once before, but like, there's one mission with Ready or Not that deals with like a child pedo.
There's a couple of
pedo?
them. Yeah.
Ring.
Ring, which you kind of like, you just want to kill everyone in that place. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
That's true. It does get pretty dark.
Pretty dark.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart, and I wouldn't recommend your children play it because it is very
Yeah, I hope.
graphic.
But I think this is a good casual gamer game, to be honest. You can jump in, do a couple missions, and feel good about yourself.
Yeah, DLC 2 is planned for summer 2024. the 1.2 update will be fall 2024. And then, so actually just one more DLC plan right now. But
this is the main game that made me want to get a PC.
Oh, yeah?
Was this one.
Pretty cool.
No.
Well, there you have, folks. Ready or Not DLC Home Invasion is out now if you want to check it out. 3 new maps, and then you can always go back and play the old ones with some of the new weapons and features that come with the game. They did enhance the AI with this new version, so the AI is smarter than they were before, which are already pretty smart.
Yeah,
So
they were pretty fucking smart.
Nice to see that. And it's available on PC. I believe it's just on PC. I don't think it's on anything else. Yeah. So check it out.